Hello everybody, hello. Very exciting day today. Very exciting day. We're announcing something big. We're gonna go in just a second. We're just gonna wait a second for a few more people to join in. We are currently in a live stream on YouTube and on Instagram actually as well. And we have a vertical and a horizontal one on YouTube. If you are in the vertical live stream, we're going to be doing polls on the horizontal live stream, but I'll be checking the chat on both. So if you have questions today, feel free to be on either one, and I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, we're going to get going in just a second. I'm very excited. Let's see how it goes. And only a little bit sleepy right now. There we go. All right, I got the chat up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that I get to finally talk to you guys about this. I've been wanting to talk to you about this forever. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hello, Kristen. Hello, Amber. Nancy. Patricia. Tina. Stitched fan. Hello, everybody. Bruh. Hello on Instagram. All right, well, let's rock and roll. We got a long stream today, so we gotta just kind of like rock and roll. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. So funny. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi. How are you? How's your week? I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're having a great week, and I hope that the week's going to get even better because we got a big announcement that I've been waiting to share forever for this live stream. And yeah, I'm really excited. So, today, what are we doing? We are going to be talking about this new big project. We're going to be crocheting the first character from this project, and we're going to be answering questions, and we're going to be trying to unlock giveaways, and it's kicking off, baby. So excited. Okay, so what is going on? Now, I don't have one with me just yet, but the big announcement is, well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's show the website. I think that's probably the best way to do this because it's going to make it easier for me. I'm nervous. Stop it. Okay, here we go. So what am I announcing? It is the Goomis. As a lot of people have guessed in the chat throughout these live streams, yes, you're right. We have a book coming out this year. Coming out this September is a book, but it's not just a book. It's really not in so many different ways. The book itself is not just a book alone, but on top of that, it's not just a book. Like the project is way bigger than just a book. So let's talk about it all. Let's talk about the Goomis. Let's talk about everything. So the Goomis are a creation that I've been working on for years. I mean, when you really think about it, honestly, decades I've been working on this project because this is a culmination of like all of my pieces all put together in this big, beautiful world. And not only is it a book, but it's a game and it's, gosh, so cool. Okay, so let's just start. I'm sorry I'm so excited. I'm like way over excited right now. I mean, it's just something I've been working on forever, so I'm just really excited to share it. So the Goomis are coming this September. The book is being released this September. We're going to be doing a big crowdfunding event for the game this September as well, and let's talk about it. Let's start with the book itself, and we're going to get to the chat. Don't you worry. I know you guys have a bunch of questions, and I'm probably missing a lot of them as I talk about this release, so I'll go back and I'll look through the chat, but if I don't answer your questions and you have extra questions, please feel free to ask them again when I do a little shout out in a second too. So what is coming? The book, Crochet Goomis, is coming out this September. It releases in stores September 22nd. I'm so freaking excited about this. This is a gigantic crochet book. Basically, when I've been wanting to make a book for like literally 2 decades, and when I was going through the process of making it, I knew I wanted it to be like just so different than anything I've ever made before. And so when I was writing this, I kind of like threw a bunch of ideas into it just to make it different to a point where at the end of it, it was unlike anything I've ever seen before, obviously unlike anything I've ever made before, and it's really, really cool. So in Crochet Goomis, it is a giant compendium of all of my crochet patterns, both past and future. 50. Do you realize how big that is? 50 patterns, not just like little itty bitty patterns either. We're talking like big patterns. There's boss patterns in it. There's story in it. It's so cool. So in this story, in Crochet Goomis, you go through a world that I call Goomia. Well, they call it Goomia too. It's a gigantic world of crocheted amigurumi critters and characters, and it's so cool. Every character has their own story, has their own charm. It's got this overarching narrative to the whole story, which we'll talk about later. We get to lore, so much lore about all these different characters that we've been creating over these decades. The Burbs have a whole lore to them now. They have a story. They have everything about them. There's new designs in it. There's old designs in it. I've gone in and anything that is a past design, I went back and I made it better. We recreated the pattern to fix it up slightly here and there, but also add new features to different patterns, like new hats and new little bits and bops here and there. And then obviously there's a whole bunch of new patterns as well. Along the way, as you're going through this story, creating your different characters, you're getting better and better at crocheting. You start each chapter with a guide to this world, which we're going to get to our first guide today. And then as you go along the story, you're getting better and better at crocheting because each pattern is going to unlock different techniques and tutorials and things like that, some of which I designed and created techniques specifically for this book that I've never used before. So I'm really excited to share those with you when the book comes out. And as you go, at the end of each chapter, it culminates in one big boss pattern. And that boss pattern puts all the things that you learn throughout that chapter together. It kind of wraps up the little story of that chapter as well. And it's obviously going to be a little bit more difficult as you go. Now, as you go, you're going to be encountering Goomis of all kinds of different difficulty levels. You'll find beginner patterns. You'll find easy-ish patterns, patterns that use color changes, all these kinds of things. There's a whole bunch of ways to navigate the story. In fact, let's actually talk about that for a second. The navigation of this book is really cool because what we did, and you know what? Man, I probably should have pulled this up. You know what? I'll pull it up in a little bit. There's a big map, like a gigantic map. It folds out of the book. Like you open the book and in the front, it folds out to be even bigger. And there's a map, a giant map with all of the different world and the characters. And you follow the pathway along the story. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo-ish kind of map where you're like seeing all the little characters and you can kind of explore and find the different characters along the way. It's just so cool, guys. It's just so cool. But it gets so much cooler. And that's because it's not just a book. Every character in this book is also part of a game. That's right. We got a new game coming out. I am releasing my first collectible card game. I'm so excited. I've been working on this so hard, as a lot of people know. It is a giant game where you actually can use your Goomis to battle each other. It's called Battle Goomis. Each character has different types of stats. They got health, they got intelligence, health, wit, might, speed, and you use those abilities and those stats to compete with each other in a very quick battle. It's a 2 to 4 player game. They only last about 15 minutes to 30 minutes per round. Per game. There's only 5 rounds in the game also. It's really cool. You like set up each character. We're going to be going through the game a lot more in the future live streams. Obviously, we'll talk about it a little bit today. I have here that it's releasing on Kickstarter. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on Kickstarter, but it's going to be a crowdfunding event. But if you buy the book, you'll also get the printable version of the starter deck before the game even comes out too. So it's kind of like a buy the book, you get to try the game out, and then when the game comes out, there's also going to be physical cards that you can purchase as well. But if you have memberships on the site, you're going to be able to untangle patterns and designs and stuff. So you'll also untangle the cards with them. So it's really cool. We'll talk more about the game again in the future, but we'll also talk about it in today's live stream as well. The game is truly... It's so freaking cool, guys. It's so cool. It's really, really cool. Okay, so the book itself is available for pre-order now. And actually, if you go and pre-order the book today, so a couple things. First off, if you pre-order it, you get a bonus pin. So that's a really cool thing all on its own. Only if you pre-order it from the Club Crochet website. So if you pre-order it from my website, which, by the way, you can pre-order it from anywhere in the world. It's coming out everywhere. I'm talking everywhere. Where it's going to be on Amazon. It's going to be on Barnes & Noble. It's going to be in Walmart. It's going to be in Targets. It's going to be in Michael's and yarn stores. And it's going to be all over the place. But if you want to pre-order it directly from me, I get a little bit more money if you pre-order it from me personally. But also, you're going to get some other things too. The first thing you're going to get is you're going to get a bonus exclusive pin. There's going to be a very special pin for only the people that pre-order it from our website. So if you go pre-order it there. The other big thing is if you have a membership on the website, which, by the way, here's a little secret. You can sign up for a membership for a free trial and then buy this book. And when you do it, you get a discount. You get $4 off if you buy it from my website with a membership. So that is a highly recommended little hack to how to get this book for a little cheaper. Get a trial membership on my website. Buy this book for cheap. Then cancel your trial membership. That's totally fine. I do not mind if you cancel it. I totally understand. But anyhow, there's a bunch of different ways to get this book, and I highly recommend you pre-order it. And today, if you pre-order the book, we are going to be doing a very special thing. Actually, throughout the time of this time before the book comes out, we're going to be doing giveaways for everybody who pre-orders the book. So let me go back to this page real quick. And actually, let me switch to our hand camera for a second. You're going to see a little character right here. We're going to talk about that guy in a second. But if you pre-order the book, we're going to be doing this special thing where I'm going to add buttons to this bottle. Everybody that pre-orders the book will add a button to this bottle. If this bottle cannot be closed, if I can't actually close it all the way, then we're going to give away a hand crocheted Goomy. So one that I actually make will be given away to someone that pre-orders the book. So everybody that pre-orders the book will be entered into these giveaways, and they'll keep racking up. As we keep unlocking more and more of these giveaways, we're going to add more and more of these buttons, and then we're going to give away a crochet. I'm super excited about that. If you pre-order today during the live stream, let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat, because I won't know because I'm going to be doing this live stream, But I'll obviously be checking it. Currently, we have 29 pre-orders. So on the website. I don't know about on Amazon or Barnes & Noble and stuff like that. I can't check those things, but I can on my own website. And it will be, so it's already halfway filled up, basically, is what I'm saying. So pre-order it now. You can pre-order it at thegoomis.com. In fact, that's how you can get everything. Thegoomis.com. You can find the link right here. It's going to be in the description of this video as well. You can find it all over the place. So go to thegoomis.com and pre-order the book. Let me know if you do, and I will add a button to this. If you've already pre-ordered it, like Michelle has, Michelle was one of the first people that pre-ordered it. Thank you so much, Michelle. You already have a button in here. So I already added buttons for everybody that's already pre-ordered the book. So that's just a cool little thing, and a little, encouragement. Please pre-order it. The more pre-orders, the more I know how many to get. Because right now I'm like, I don't know how many should I buy and stuff. So I really need that advice, basically, by you pre-ordering the book early. Amber wants to know which bird you should crochet. Well, I say crochet the hummingbird. Speaking of crocheting, let's talk about Well, actually, wait, hold on. Let's go back to the announcement for just a second, because there's some other things I want to talk about. So we got the game coming out, we got the book coming out. You can follow the Goomies. We have a special Instagram that I made specifically for the Goomies. You can find it. We're at the Goomies on Instagram. We also have a YouTube channel that I made for it. Then you can also follow, obviously you can follow Club Crochet. You can follow Louis Loops. There's a whole bunch of ways you can follow me. But I'll be doing a whole lot of these live streams throughout this process. We're going to be doing live streams for crochet alongs, which we're about to start our first one. We're going to be doing live streams for the game. It's going to be crazy. Speaking of, let's scroll down here to the event calendar. You can see all of the events that are coming up. I'm going to be updating this pretty regularly as we go. But as you can see, here's our Goomy announcement live stream right there. We've got our first Goomy Battle Goomis live stream on the 12th, where we're going to be playing the game live and talking about it and testing it out. Speaking of testing it out, I really need help from testers. If you are interested in testing this game out, go to this page on thegoomies.com and click this button right here called Apply to be a Tester. If you apply to be a tester, it will... Here, I'll show you what it does. Oh, wait, you can't see it, but that's okay. It basically writes an email for you, and it emails me directly. If you want to just email me directly, you can do it that way as well. It's just Louie, Louie, at clubcrochet.com, and just say, I'm interested in testing this game out. I need as many testers as we can. We've got a whole Discord channel specifically for this game and stuff, so we're talking about it. We're talking about the rules. We're trying to fix things up. So if you want to apply to be a tester, either go to this website, thegoomies.com, and click Apply to be a Tester, or email me directly at Louie at clubcrochet.com. Okay, so back to our little calendar here. We've got a whole bunch of events coming up. A live play along on the 12th, another live stream crochet along on the 22nd. And as you're going to see as we go through the months coming up to September 22nd, which is going to be the release date of the book itself, which actually I think is kind of not right here, so I have to fix that. On the 22nd is going to be the book itself. After that, we're still going to be live stream. We're going to be doing crochet along so that you can get the book and crochet along with me. Look at this, all the way until the end of the year. I have it planned out. That's not even half of the characters though, because like I said, we've got 50 characters to get through, guys. It's crazy. There's so many characters in this book. It's wild. So let's talk about that a bit. Let's go back to the face cam. Let's answer some questions in the chat. Sorry, not face cam, hand cam. There we go. Let's talk about, let's talk to the chat just a little bit. And let's talk about the Battle Goomis part real quick about this before we get to crocheting our first character. So, like I said, this is my test game. You can see right here, it's test version 0.5 is our current version right now. When the game comes out, it'll be the first edition, like Pokemon and stuff like that. I won't talk too much about how the game is played right now because we're going to be doing that on our live stream specifically for the game, but I do want to show you one of the cards. Now these are prototype cards. They are not completed. I probably will be altering them pretty well, not significantly, but slightly throughout time. And I just want to show off some stuff about the cards and to show that they are, these are printed, like literally printed in my printer. So they're not like fancy cards yet. They're going to be like actual Pokemon cards, like hard cards when they come out. But for right now, they're just little paper cards that I put into these plastic like card holders, which is how I recommend you do it. Again, we'll talk about this more during the Battle Goomis live stream. But as you can see, there's a whole bunch of stats for each of these Goomis. First off, you got their name at the top. You've got their number. Bigfoot Bobby here is number 1. He's our first character in our book, and we're going to be crocheting him today. You can see in the top left corner, that's how many points they're worth in the game. This is how many hearts, so that's how much health they have. This is how much defense, how much shields they can have. They have a speed, they have a wit, and they have a might. In the game, there's multiple ways to win it. You can try to play it really smart and cleverly, or you can try to play it really brutal and aggressively. Either way, it's going to work out in your favor. You just need to play strategically and smart as you go. And then on top of all that, each character has their own special abilities. So Bigfoot here, this ability might change. I'm actually considering changing this a little bit, which is why I need testers. I need advice. I need get thoughts. But in with the Bigfoot's ability, they can hug and heal a neighboring Goomy and Bobby themselves for health. So they're Bigfoot's a little healer character. It's really cool. I'm so stinking excited to share this with you guys. You have no idea. And so the other thing I want to talk about, okay, we're going to get more to the game later during the Battle Goomis live stream. If you have questions during the live stream today, feel free to ask and I'll be able to help out. But we got to talk about all the materials you need to crochet our character that we're going to be crocheting today so we can get going, because I got to get crocheting. I only have 2 hours to finish this character. And I can do it. I can totally do it. This is a pretty quick character. We're not going to be going through a tutorial today. It's going to be just a crochet along while I talk to the chat. But I wanted to... so here's the plan. Here's the thing in general. All of the characters in the book... a lot of the characters in the book are already on the website. They're actually already published patterns from my website. Like Bigfoot Bobby here. He's been a pattern on our site for a long time. But they're old and they needed facelifts. They needed updates. So what I'm doing is throughout this process, I'm updating the patterns on the website. I've already updated Bigfoot here. In fact, here, let me show you real quick. I'll get it up really fast. Let me see. Bigfoot. I think this should take us directly to it. Yes, there we go. So I'll talk about, I'll do a read through for this in a second, but as you can see, they've got this much prettier picture. This is the picture from the book itself. And then in addition to that, they've got a fancy new description, which we're going to read. That's their kind of story in the book. And then you won't be able to see this right now because I'm not logged in. If you're logged in, you'll be able to see all the pattern itself. But if you the pattern's been updated also, so I've like corrected some stuff here and there. I've made it clearer in certain parts, and then I've added new parts of the pattern to it, like the little butterfly and things like that. So I'm going to be going through and updating these patterns pretty regularly. Actually, Cooper, who's in the live stream chat, I would love your help if you're interested in helping me out in updating them, but I'll hit you up about that later. Okay, so what I thought we could do today is I'll talk about all the materials and the yarn and stuff you need to crochet our character today, and then I'm going to read the description of the chapter header for Bigfoot Bobby here, the Woolly Woods. That's our chapter. And then I'm going to read his description, and then we're going to get crocheting along together. And then as I'm crocheting, I'm going to be answering your questions. That's the plan today. We kind of got to get hooking, though, because we only have so long today. So let's go ahead and start by talking about everything that you need to crochet this character along with me if you'd like to. The first is the pattern. You can find it at clubcrochet.com/Bigfoot. And it's a really cool pattern. I really think you're going to love it. I'm not going to go through the tutorial in this video, so if you want the tutorial, well, here's the great thing. The tutorial has a full video tutorial with it. In fact, every single pattern in this book, all 50 patterns in this book all have a full-length video tutorial where I'm going through it every single stitch with you. So that way you never get stuck, you never get stuck on any stitches or anything like that. We're going to be making, I'm also going to be updating videos for previous patterns too, but like I said, every single video or every single pattern in the book is going to have a video tutorial. You'll have access to all those videos by buying the book. It'll also, by buying the book, you'll also untangle all the patterns on the website. So you'll have a digital version of all the patterns as well that you'll have permanent access to. You'll get free untangle credits so you can get other patterns from the website. I don't know how many times I need to tell you, pre-order this book. It is way, way, way worth it. Speaking of, Karen already pre-ordered the book. I see that in the chat right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get ahead of schedule here and add something to this for Karen. Thank you so much for the support, Karen. For being our first one, we're going to put in a gigantic button for you. Here we go. A big golden button for you, Karen. Thank you so much for pre-ordering the book. And anybody else that wants to pre-order it, let me know. Oh, Marjorie! Another pre-order. Marjorie, you're a star. You're a star, so we're going to add this star button to that. Let me know if I miss anybody else throughout this. Please just let me know, because you know I can only check the chat as best I can. But Marjorie and Karen, thank you so much for the support. Yeah. Okay. Let me put that to the side, and let's talk about everything you need. So you obviously need the pattern. You can find that at Bigfoot Bob or at clubcrochet.com/Bigfoot. You'll need the materials. We're going to be using all worsted weight yarn, 100% cotton today. It's my favorite kind of yarn to use for amigurumi. In fact, in the book, I actually talk about this. You can use any kind of yarn you want. In fact, I highly suggest you try different kinds of yarn, especially for Bigfoot here. Make them with furry yarn if you want. And if you if you get the book, I also have a new tutorial to how to make fur using cotton yarn. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait to release this. How much do you have to pay per order, says Nancy. I'm confused of what your question is. Per order for shipping? No, you shouldn't. Shipping should be just one. Yeah, you're good. Does the book come with cards or are they separate? The cards are going to be, it'll come with printable version of the cards. Yeah. Okay, so you want brown yarn to get started. That's going to be for our body. You'll need a little bit of beige yarn. This is actually way more than I'm going to need, but this is going to be for adding the face. And then you'll need a little bit of red, way more than I need right now, but that's going to be for adding our nose. In addition to that, you're going to need a crochet hook. I'm going to be using a size G 4mm hook today. It's my favorite kind of hook to use for cotton. By the way, Patty, I just got your email. Thank you so much for asking to be a play tester. I'll send you something right after this. Patricia, I actually already added your coin to this because you pre-ordered it this morning. I did it right before the live stream. But you know what? For coming to the live stream, Patricia, I'll tell you what, and I'll do this deal with other people. If you pre-ordered it before this live stream, so that means Patricia and I know Michelle is in the chat. I think I know Zoe is in the chat. All three of you for coming to the stream. I'm going to add a little button for you, a little bonus button. So you get bonus buttons for coming to the live stream and having pre-ordered it before the stream. So let me know in the chat if you have already pre-ordered it this morning, you know, or earlier before the stream started. Okay, so outside of the crochet hook, you're going to need scissors for cutting stuff. You're going to need a darning needle for sewing in hard to reach stitches. And you're going to need 6mm eyes. You can use any kind of size eyes. I like 6mm, and that's going to be for adding the eyes. Wow, surprise, surprise. Haha, surprise. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to switch it to the main picture for this character, and I'm going to do a read through of the first chapter and the description for our character here, and then we're going to get crocheting and rocking and rolling. That sound good? I think that'd be just going to be a fun way, and you can kind of start to get introduced to the story. This is going to be the introduction for the first chapter of my book. That's going to be the Woolly Woods, and the first character for the book. That's going to be Bigfoot Bobby. Before I do that really quick, this is for Prisma. Prisma, thank you so much for your pre-order. Here's a button for you. A nice orange button, too. Actually, this button was used in the book, too, for a background, which I'll talk about that. Actually, all these buttons were used for a background picture, a big background picture that I'll talk about later. Okay, so let's go ahead and read through. I'm going to switch over to... Hold on. I want to copy that. I'm going to switch over to this one. And here, I'll paste that so you can still see me. Actually, wait, I don't want you to see me because I'm going to be reading. We're going to take that away. Okay, so let me go ahead and read you the first chapter of my book really quick. I'm going to go ahead and also... I think I'm going to mute the music for a second as well. And so that way it's a little cleaner as I read you through this. Okay, ready, guys? I'm excited. The book is so big, by the way. The book is 240 pages. It's crazy. Okay. This is the introduction for Through the Woolly Woods, Chapter 1 of my new book. Past the felted fields and through the tangled branches of the pearl pine trees stands the entrance to the Woolly Woods. This ancient forest just west of the Botonian Bluffs has had its roots in Gumia as long as anyone can remember, and it's become home to countless creatures and curiosities over time. Don't be afraid, though. While the mysteries of these woods run deep, the inhabitants could not be more welcoming to visitors. If you've ever need anything at all, just look through the trees and you'll probably find a fuzzy friend waiting to introduce you to their favorite flowers. Across the ages, countless Goomis safely navigated the ravels of leaves, and with each witch and cryptid passing through the forest, it became more magical. On your journey, expect ponds of cotton frogs and meadows of buttonflies as you explore all the frayed ferns of the forest floor. Don't be afraid to stop and ask for directions. Even the pine cones and rocks can help you guide you through. But do try to stick to the trails. You never know what logs or thickets a hidden gnome home could be under. Feel free to wander, but go with curiosity. And be sure to pet the moss. It's one of the softest vegetations in the whole planet, which is no small feat. When you enter the woolly woods with good vibes and an open mind, you'll likely run into its resident tour guide, Bigfoot Bobby. Bobby is known in these parts as a kind-hearted buttonfly enthusiast and is always ready to help a neighbor in need. Let him know if you need a pine cone hung or if you're looking for any of the woolly woods' more elusive residents. Bigfoot Bobby is always there to help. There's also a little quote for each of the characters in the book, and a little note. I call these Louis notes. These are just little notes about my design process or a special note about the character itself. Every single character has one. For Bigfoot's, his Louis note is, "This design is actually named after my dad, a wonderfully encouraging and kind-hearted Bigfoot enthusiast, who I'm proud to be very much like. I really love the simplicity of this design. It provides a good introduction to my wacky style, and the interesting uses of stitches produces a truly goofy Goomy." And the quote for Mr. Bigfoot is, well, hold on, I'll do my best voice for Bigfoot. I think he's going to talk like this. "Well, all the characters and cracks of the forest are my family. I've got a few who have moved away through... Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. "Well, all the critters and cracks of the forest are my family. I've got a few who have moved away, though, that are more of the fur-sorted, like my cousin Yancey, who I write letters to often." All right, so that's my Bigfoot introduction. Oh my gosh, I'm straight up sweating from reading that. That was so nerve-wracking, you have no idea. Hold on, I'm going to turn on my fan real quick. There we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, so that was my introduction to the chapter and my Bigfoot there. Thank you so much for the patience as I read that through. And let's get crocheting and answering some questions. Let's get the music back and rock and rolling as well. By the way, I don't know how the sound is, but please let me know. How much does it cost to pre-order the book? There are a few different ways you can pre-order it actually to save some money, Nancy. If you have a membership on the website, you'll actually save a percentage of you'll save I think it's like 15%, 10 or 15%, something like that. So that's my suggestion to you, is to create a membership on the website and then pre-order to get a little bit of a discount. Okay, we're going to put this to the side really quick. And let's get crocheting Bigfoot Bobby here. Put all of his little bits and bops to the side as well. And we're going to open this new yarn ball. If you know, you know. Oh, there it is. All right. Whew. Good job. Oh, good job. I gotcha. Are there new patterns in the book? Of course there's new patterns in the book. Of course there are. There's a bunch of new patterns in the book. That's why, I mean, the book is huge. It's 50 patterns. So it's a bunch of new ones. It's some old ones. Some revamped ones is what I like to say about some of the patterns too, because they are technically the old patterns, but they've been so updated that they don't even kind of look the same anymore. So I've kind of revamped them, added new things like hats and stuff to them. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the arm of Bigfoot here. Again, if you want to crochet along with us, please go check out the pattern at clubcrochet.com/Bigfoot and go pre-order the book. And let me know if you do pre-order the book now, and I can add a button to our giveaway counter for you. Okay. All right, so chat, do we have any questions for me about the book? I'm going to assume that we probably do. Like Celia, who says, does it have some popular ones? Oh, you bet your bippy it does. Yes, it has some very popular patterns in this book. Some of my most popular patterns. And some patterns that I felt like should have been popular, but weren't popular. So they're kind of like being re-released. Some patterns that I actually designed on these live stream crochet alongs too. So if you have been joining these live streams for a long time, you're going to see some characters in this book that you're going to be like, oh my gosh. In fact, some people in this live stream, I'm pretty certain, have named characters in this book because they were named from the live streams. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Let's do this stitch right there. Okay. And we'll keep that long. All right. We got to crochet way, way quicker, though. How much does it cost to pre-order the book, though? The book is going to be $30 in store in US dollars. There's also going to be a digital version of the book available, which I think is going to be $15, which honestly, in my opinion, is way cheap, like kind of like insanely cheap, because it's like the digital version is pretty much as cool as the physical one. So just, I don't know, get the physical one if you can, but it's all good regardless if you don't feel like you want to pay for the shipping or whatever. Kristen, thank you for pre-ordering, and thank you for reminding me that you pre-ordered. Let me go ahead and finish this round really quick. Actually, I just did finish this round. And let's add a button for you, Kristen. We're going to go with this beautiful silver button. Look at this weird button. That's for you. And hey, this guy's... Look at that. We're more than halfway now. I'm excited to unlock giveaways. I think this is like such a fun way to give away things, too. And hi, Lizzie. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, some of the old monster designs. You betcha. Yes, you're getting it. You're definitely getting it. You want to know if the angel and the skull hat with horns are in the book. Actually, they are not in the book. Good question, though, Maya. Yep, very good question. Okay, let's see. We have more questions in the chat. Chat is going wild. We got Prism. That's all good. I'm also... The book is coming from... is going to be published in... from a UK publisher, actually. So, our publisher... This is one of the reasons, actually, it took me so long to make this book. There's really 3 reasons why I took forever. The first reason was that I needed the book to be giant because I had so much patterns in it. So I knew I wanted to make a really big book, so that was obviously going to take me a lot of time. The second reason was that I really wanted a good publishing partner for the book. So I actually went out to a lot of publishers for this to try to find the perfect one. And I am so beyond happy with the publisher that we got. We are publishing this book with Quadrille, who is they're a subsidiary of Penguin Random House. So we're working with Penguin Random House, and they're actually also distributed in America by Chronicle Books, who I'm also a really big fan of. I actually own a lot of books in my library that have been published by Chronicle Books, so that's kind of exciting. They're locals in San Francisco, so I'm excited to go say hi to them and hang out with Chronicle Books soon too. But I loved the publisher. They were so cool. But yeah, that was the second big reason. But the thing I wanted to say about the publisher is that they are a UK-based publisher. So this book is going to be all over the UK. So it's going to be all over the world. So if you, I saw some people in the chat saying something about shipping to Denmark and stuff. It'll ease, yes, no doubt, will be easy to ship to Denmark. Yeah. So if you heard of Quadrille, they are a UK-based company, a UK-based publisher, and they were awesome. Shout out to my editor, Harriet, and shout out to my what is it called? The person that puts. Honestly, she also was basically an editor. Her name is Sarah. Shout out to them. They helped out a bunch, and shout out to my my friend Dom, who did the art for Lava Run. He was the artist who did all the all the drawings for my first game, Lava Run. He did the map, the drawing of the map, and some other art for this book. So that's really exciting too. Are the patterns going to be in order of easy to advanced from the start of the book, or is it going to be each boss pattern at the end of each chapter is going to be the most advanced patterns in the book? Great question from you, Prisma. Thank you for asking. It is not going to be in order of beginner to advanced in the entire book. Actually, it's kind of like sprinkled throughout. But in the beginning of the book, there's a really clean table of contents that shows you the difficulty level for all the characters in the book. And the essential, like essentially the way it's kind of formatted is the start of the book, or the start of each chapter is more often than not a beginner pattern. So it's a pattern to help you get into it. So for example, in chapter 3, the beginner pattern is Grant the Rock, who is literally a rock. So it's a very easy pattern. It's designed for beginners. And then as you go through that chapter, you're making harder and harder characters. And then you finish that chapter with a boss pattern, which is, I don't know if I should be sharing too much of this book. Whatever. You guys will live stream. We're chilling. It finishes that chapter with Smack the Ogre, which is a much bigger, harder pattern than Chris the Rock. But the techniques that you learn in that chapter, you're putting into practice as you go from each pattern. So, like, you start the chapter out with very simple pattern, and then as you go, you're making, like, you're learning how to sew on lips onto your goblins, and you're learning how to add teeth, and you're learning how to make bobble stitches for the arms and the legs, and then that all culminates to like the big ogre pattern that puts all of those new techniques that you learned through that chapter into process. Yeah, I think it's really, really cool, that system, because it basically means that you can start the book kind of from any chapter that you want. You can start it right from the very start if you want, or you can jump straight to a Rip and Space Twine, which is our final chapter, and that would totally be fine too, because it starts with the beginner pattern and it ends with the boss pattern. So it's just kind of like a cool way to go about it. Speaking of, let me talk a little bit about the overarching story for this book. Gosh, I hope I can finish this pattern in time. I need to really focus and crochet as I talk, because we have 11 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're almost done with one of the arms already. So let me talk a little bit about the overarching story of this book. So as you enter the book, you are presented with the entire map of the world of Gumia. Like I said, there's quite a lot to Gumia. There's 10 regions, 10 chapters total, and every region has a different little mini story in it, like an overarching story about something or another, and then the entire book has a larger overarching story. There's also other mini storylines for individual characters. So for example, Bigfoot Bobby here is part of a trifecta of mythical characters. One second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, just a few more stitches. Bigfoot Bobby here is actually part of a trifecta of our mythical characters. One of which you might have heard me say in the introduction there, and another one I'm keeping a secret because they are a new pattern designed for this book, and I kind of want to keep some things a secret for you. And what I was kind of thinking of while I was making those is the lore of this book is getting pretty in-depth, and I'm starting to get into like now I'm starting to get into like the lore of like, okay, what is this world all about? Like, do they have gods? Do they have like where are they from? There's actually a lot of like scientific lore in this book. So there's explanations for the book on like there's a whole group of characters in the book called Candians, which are sweet like candy characters, like donuts and stuff. And in the book I don't want to spoil it, but you find out why there's candy people on this world. What are the burbs? Where do the burbs come from? Who are they? What are they spying on? Things like that. You find out all these things throughout the book. But the overarching story is that there is this giant rip in space twine that is hovering over Sweet City. So Sweet City is the big metropolis of Gumia. It is a gigantic city of Arcandian people. And above that city is a huge rip that appeared weeks ago before starting the book. and it's been causing a lot of havoc in Gumia. There's been things like weird creatures and critters that are popping up all over the place that aren't native to the planet. There's weird things flying in the sky. There's these burbs that are spying and everything. And these things all kind of came out of nowhere. And you're trying to learn, like, what the heck is this rip in space twine? Where'd it come from? There's characters in the book that are trying to explore the rip and there's an astronomer in the book that's analyzing it. There's so much of this weird little lore that I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how many people are really gonna love the lore part. I don't think anybody's gonna hate it necessarily, but I don't know how many people are gonna like be so excited about the lore like I am. But I love that. That's like my favorite thing. One of my favorite things to watch on YouTube is like Lord of the Rings lore and stuff. So I really like the idea of putting lore into my characters, into my world, and giving you kind of like a reason and a reason to read, a reason to actually read the story as well. You can tell, right? I'm so excited about this. Yeah. Let me know also if you have any questions about the game, or you have any logistical questions about the book, about like, I don't know, shipping processes, or I don't know. Lots of questions like that. Lizzie's going to love the lore. I love that. And I love that that all was an alliteration. Need some surprises. Okay, I'll keep a little bit more... wrapped up best I can. But that being said, Kaylin has a question. Is the book composed entirely of Gumi characters? Also, I noticed a volcano on the map. Does that mean Lava Run takes place in this world? Great! Gosh, Kaylin, great question, dude. So, to answer your question, the first question there, is it entirely made of Gumi characters? Yes, every character in the book is now a Gumi. So we're going to be adding more and more Gumis to this world as time goes on. Like, this book won't be the end of all the Gumis for this world. We're going to keep adding characters to it eventually. But yes, every character in the book is now quote unquote a Gumi. But to answer your question about the volcano stuff, yes, you did see a volcano on the map. I would say, I think Lava Run, I'm going to say Lava Run is not canonical in the current world of Gumia, but I think it would make sense that it was a canonical thing that happened in the past of Gumia, would be Lava Run's kind of like game story. And the reason for that is there's a whole island called the Forgotten Island of characters that used to be all over Gumia, and you can probably guess what kind of characters that is. Dinosaurs. And so it does make sense that Lava Run would be canonically like in the ancient past of Gumia. I think that would totally make sense. But now it's very different. It's a very different place where that volcano is. It's much. Let's go with this. It's much more kind than the world of Lava Run to the dinosaurs. The world of Lava Run is a little bit not very nice to the dinosaurs. Let's just say that. Where can you pre-order the book? Asks Celia. Thank you for asking. You can pre-order the book pretty much anywhere. If you actually go on Amazon, you can search Crochet Goomis. You can find my book there. You can find it on Barnes & Noble. You can probably ask your local bookstore to pre-order it if you want to. That's probably a really good way to support the book, because then you can let bookstores know about this as well. But most likely the best way to pre-order it that will like benefit me directly is to pre-order it from clubcrochet.com. In addition to that, you also get, if you have a membership on the website, you'll get an extra discount if you're pre-ordering it from clubcrochet.com, and you'll get a bonus pin. So I suggest pre-ordering it from clubcrochet.com, but honestly, you can pre-order it wherever you want. Anywhere is great. Just let me know if you do pre-order it, and I'll add a a button to our giveaway tracker for you. Oh, dude, Stitch Fan! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the support. Stitch Fan tipped. That's wild. Dude, thank you so much. If you don't know, Stitch Fan is a fan of my first game that I ever made called Stitched. Now, Stitched is lore of this book. That is canonical for this book. There's a whole section about Stitched and what that is in this world and why the goblins play it and stuff like that. But yes, shout out to Stitched Fan for that. They said, hey dude, amazing work on your book. Sorry you can't stay. Oh, that's okay. Well, thanks so much for stopping in, and thank you so much for the tip. That was very, very kind of you. Thank you. I'm really excited about the Stitched part of this. I'm kind of like I low-key want to like write the next book about Stitched, but I don't really know. I don't really know what I want to do for the next one. I've been working so hard on this book that I haven't really put as much thought into what's up next, but we'll see. Oh, you just got here. Well, hello, Isaiah. How are you? Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, last round is coming up for my arms, and then I'll have 2 arms made, and we need to speed up. We need to speed up. I need to be done today by 5:30. That's our goal. Yeah, I'm so excited to share more about it. The game is so cool too. There's so many characters in it. There's so much I just put so much effort into the game. I'm really excited for the playtesters to try it. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, last round. 1, 2. Okay, 1 second. And then last one. All right. Look at that. We got our 2 arms here. I'll do a thing for the video later on where I'll go like this. I'll go, and then with the second one in the hand like this. Go, and then it'll look like I popped out too. That'll be cute. All right. We'll throw this to the side and let's get working. I'm going to get started on the legs of our Bigfoot on the infamous, maybe just famous, the famous feet. There are 3 pairs of famous feeted characters in this book actually, which is pretty cool. Oh, dude! Oh my gosh, Kaylin's son's birthday, their first birthday. Well, happy birthday! That's super exciting. Oh, thank you so much, Celia. Yeah, the book is gonna be really cool. Yeah, I think I'm just so excited about everything about it. 1 second, I need to make sure I remember how to read this. I'm actually reading directly from the book right now, which I'm supposed to be getting my first sample of the book, like the print. Probably pretty soon. I'll be doing like an unboxing live. So if you are looking forward to that, or if that's holding you off of pre-ordering, I totally understand. Just look forward that I'm going to be doing a unboxing for the book as soon as I possibly can. As soon as they ship me it. We literally, I think we sent it to printers on like this week. So it's very fresh. It like literally this Sunday I did my final read through of it to catch as many like typos and stuff as possible. And I think I got them all. I hope I got them all. I'm sure I missed some. I mean, it's a huge book. It's 240 pages, so like what are the chances I didn't miss one typo, But let's hope. Let's see. We'll see. Whew. I got a I'm swatting. All right. We got to remember how to crochet. I'm just so thrilled to be able to talk about this book, to be honest. Like, I love that I made it. I'm so excited to share it, but I am really bad at keeping secrets, especially like, I mean, I'm good at keeping like real secrets, like secrets that like a friend tells me and they're like, don't tell anybody. Sneezes. But I'm not good at keeping like exciting secrets about myself. You know, like I'm really bad at being like, oh, I have a cool pattern coming out. I'm like really bad at not sharing that and trying to keep a secret. So this has been probably the biggest like project secret that I've kept for as long as I have, because I've been working on this for years and I have not told anybody. And not really. I maybe I've told some people, but it was like, I don't know. Long story short, I'm proud of myself for keeping it as much of a secret as I have. And I'm really excited now that I'm allowed to start talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, I get to finally talk about this project that I've been working on for years, decades even, because I've been writing the patterns for this book for so long. So I'm just happy. I'm really happy to share all this with you. All right, we're going to add the brown now into our foot. All right. I'm trying to think about which like how to go about adding or doing these live streams, by the way, of like, okay, which character should we make next and things like that. Hold on. I got all tangled up here. Because I want to do live streams for a bunch of these characters, but I don't know which live streams to do. I don't know which characters to, start to share. And if I should be like, should I do a live stream for every character, like right away? Or, like, should I do it in order? Or should it be like, sorry, wait 1 second. One and then a decrease. Okay. I gotta read. Okay, so should I be doing a live stream with all of my, like, all the characters in order? Or should I, like, be jumping around? I think I'm gonna jump around. Or I'm actually also thinking that I might want to do like a, like maybe we have all the cards and I just randomly pick a card and we crochet that character on a live stream. That could be kind of a fun way to do it. I'll take out the super secret ones though, probably. So that there's still secrets coming out. Oh, there's also a scavenger hunt in the book. You're looking for a bunch of lost eggs for some creatures. I can't say whom. Alright, one and then decrease here. So, yeah, there's like a scavenger hunt. So in each of the pictures that I took... By the way, I did all the photography for this book. And it took me so long. There's some characters in this book that were like crazy difficult to get the picture for. But yes, bruh, there is a storyline to the book. Absolutely. Absolutely, there's a storyline. Which is also something that I'm shocked that I've never seen before. I mean, maybe I just haven't seen it, but I don't know any crochet books that have an actual storyline to the book, like a story that goes along with it. I never seen that before, so I'm just really excited about that part too. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Ooh, my neck wants to crack. Hold on. Oh. Save the bosses for after the book comes out. Okay, I'll do my best, Prisma. Yeah, there's a lot of bosses. So I think there's 10 bosses in the book, and the bosses are also bosses in the game too. So. The game, I'm working on like different ways to play the game. Okay, it's just single crochet for so I'm working on a bunch of different ways to play Battle Goomis. Right now, I mostly play it as a 2-player game with Jules. Like me and her just play it, where you control a team of Goomies. You control 3 characters, and then you like try to battle each other. But I'm working on a version that's like a boss rush mode, where you have to defeat all the bosses in the book, because all the bosses have like they're pretty strong in the game too. You know, like it depends on the boss. Like some bosses are really good because they're literally strong, and then some bosses are really good because they're like strategically strong. They're like characters that will sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once and my brain is not working. 1 second. I need to get magnets here. There we go. Ah. Okay, these little mini magnets are fighting me here. There we go. So we're gonna add little magnets to this so that we can have our Bigfoot standing up on a on the refrigerator or something. You know, like we put them in there. Look at that little magnet moving. You see it? So I usually like to put these little magnets in the bottom of the foot like this, and then that way, when we stuff it up and sew it closed, they'll have mini magnets on their feet and they can stand up a little bit easier on a metal surface. So that's kind of that's the goal of those little magnets there. Here, wait, let me. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right, we got to keep crocheting here. We are only 2 and then decrease. Got it. But yeah, so there's like certain bosses that are like healing bosses, or certain bosses that are defending bosses. So they're really defensive, and then some that are just like crazy strong and will destroy your whole team. So you got to be careful about them. The bosses in the game also have important like things to make them like, so you can't have too many bosses on your team, or they're also really big targets. You get a lot of extra points if you defeat a boss character. So there's a lot of little things like that in it. I'm excited because the game has like, I've kind of tried to make the rules of the game in such a way that makes it really dynamic and able to add on and like keep adding like new like items and adding new ways to play it. And so like it's got a very solid core of how the game works that I'm really excited to share with you. I honestly don't know what I'm more excited about, the book or the game part, because both of them are just so stinking exciting. No, bruh. I don't think you fight any characters, no. So in the storylines, it depends on the boss. Some of the bosses... So, by the way, bruh asks in the chat, what happens in the storyline when you get to a boss pattern? Are you going to fight the boss in the storyline? So no, there is some conflict. So some bosses are like the main conflict to the storyline of that chapter. So like when you get to the Petonian Bluffs, for example, there's a big boss there that's making trouble there. But you don't ever like really fight the character, but it does resolve. So the last character, the last description will kind of like explain the character and their like what's going on with them, and then at the end of the book there's like an epilogue that's like a 2.5 page epilogue that explains like what's happened in all the regions. So it's like, oh, this is what happened with that chapter and like with that boss character, and here's what happened in Sweet City, and here's where Bigfoot is today, and stuff like that. With maybe some cliffhangers. I don't know. We'll see. I think the story I'm most excited to share about it is the Burbs, because I've been wanting to create like a storyline of what the Burbs are and where they're from and what they're all about for so long that like I don't know. I'm just really excited to finally like share what the Burbs are all about. I think you're gonna really like it, because yeah, there's a definite storyline for the Burbs. Very clear storyline for the Burbs, I think. Someone asks, Isaiah, why am I making another Bigfoot? Well, we're making Bigfoot Bobby right now because he's the first character in my new book, Crochet Goomis. It's a new book that's coming out in September, and you can pre-order it now. And actually, if you pre-order it, and shout out to anybody in the chat who has pre-ordered it that I haven't added a button for yet. But if you pre-order it today, you get a special bonus pin for the pre-order, and B, you also get to add a button to our giveaway tracker. And when this tracker fills up with buttons and I can't close this jar anymore, we are going to be giving away a hand crocheted Goomy that I make to a pre-order. So one of the pre-orders will get a crochet with their book. Obviously it'll be randomized, but you know, it's fun. It's a fun little giveaway that we're going to keep on doing all the way till the end of the stream. Or, I mean, to the release of the book. So we're going to probably be giving away a few of these. I mean, hopefully. Let's hope we give away like 10 to 20 of them. That'd be really cool. Yeah. It takes about 50-ish pre-orders to unlock a giveaway for right now. We might up that later. You know, I might like make a bigger jar. But yeah, I don't know. And unfortunately, I can only count the pre-orders from my book, from my website, clubcrochet.com. So if you pre-order it on Amazon and stuff, I guess you can let me know in the live stream chat, and I can add a button for you. But I can't like track that after the live stream. But before each live stream, I'll go in and see all the pre-orders that happened between now and the last live stream, and then I'll add buttons to the giveaway tracker for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're good on one of our legs here. Is that right? Yes. Okay. We are Gucci Stanley Tucci. All right. We'll slip stitch here. Yeah. Oh, we got a pre-order from the Netherlands. Thank you so much. That is for Jennifer. Hold on. Let me cut and then we'll pull this through. Shoop. There we go. We have one of our feet made. So we got to make one more of these, and then we can finally start on the body. Once we have the feet done, though, it'll really like fly by. All right, Jennifer, thank you so much for your support. Because you pre-ordered during the live stream, we're going to add a big button to this for you. Let's go with this big golden button. So this is for you, Jennifer. Thank you so much for the support. Going in there. Let's mix it up a little bit. There we go. Look at that. We are definitely... It's getting close. I'm not going to lie. Okay. So there's our foot made. We got another foot to make. Now I should be able to remember how I made that first one, right? You would think. You would think that I remember how to do this. Ah! There we go. Uh-oh. My yarn's a little tangled. There we go. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. And I slept so weird last night. I can't really look left right now. Well, I can, but it do hurtly. When does the book come out? The book will be out September 22nd. So September 22nd, 2026. And actually, I think pre-orders from clubcrochet.com will probably get their book early too. I think you'll probably get it. I'm going to try to get you the book like a week or two early. Basically as soon as I possibly can. So you'll get like an early advanced copy essentially. 1, 2, 3. Which is why it's even more than ever a big reason to pre-order the book. Pre-order. Because you get so many things. A, you get a big discount from the website by having a membership. B, you get a bonus pin. So you're going to get a pin with your book. And then... So it's A, B, C. You'll get a button added to our little giveaway here, and then D, you probably, hopefully, will get it even. You'll get an early version as well. In addition to that, I think I'm going to do some signed copies. So I'll probably sign. I think the way I'm going to do it to make it more like feasible for me is I'll probably sign a bunch of bookmark, like big sheet bookmarks. I'll write a little thing for you and sign it. And that's just going to be for probably the first like 100 or 200 pre-orders. So if you pre-order it like early right now, you're gonna get like an extra special gift too. So I highly recommend pre-order it as soon as you can for so many reasons there. It would be really cool if you did. And then also the other big reason is you get a game with your book. So that's kind of just a cool little extra bonus too. All right, one second. Let me finish this toe right here. And like that. That's looking pretty good. I'll do one more stitch right there. All right, we're going to come back to the rest of these toes in a second because Lizzie... Thank you so much for pre-ordering the book, Process Blackthorn. We're going to call you by your username right now. Thank you for pre-ordering the book. Let's add a button. Actually, I'm going to add a... Let's add a... Ooh, this one's kind of cool. Oh my gosh, yes, this one's awesome. Perfect for you. It's a disco ball button. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know I owned that. This is sick. This is such a cool button. Also, it's going to take up a bunch of space in here. We're going to kind of put it down a little bit like that. Ugh. There we go. Your disco ball button's going to be right on the side. Thank you for pre-ordering. Yeah, and we're going to, like I said, we're going to be doing these live streams pretty consistently up to the announcement. So expect like a lot of these live streams. Our next one is scheduled for May 12th. So that's in, a couple of weeks away. And that's going to be our first Battle Goomis live stream. I don't know. I might be live streaming it here from Club Crochet, but I also might live stream it from my Louie's Loops channel. So if you want to go subscribe on Louie's Loops, it probably would be a good idea. You can find it at just like Louie's Loops, at Louie's Loops on YouTube or wherever. But yeah, so just so you know, there's going to be a bunch of live streams coming down the pipeline. All right. And then now I think it's just single crochets for the rest of this round. Right? Because 12 plus 3 is 15. Yeah. Okay. And then we decrease it down after this round. I'm remembering my patterns. Look at me remembering things. Do you guys like my song? Oh wow, I actually needed more beige than I thought I was gonna need. This is good. I'm trying to like low key right now. This is a secret for you guys. I'm also kind of trying to test out how much yarn is needed for this pattern, because in addition to all these things we're going to be doing a whole bunch of new crochet kits, new Goomy crochet kits, and one of them that I'm considering doing right now is Bigfoot Bobby as a crochet kit. It'll be like a combo kit. Like the idea is you'll be able to either make Bigfoot Bobby it'll make Bigfoot Bobby and another character from the book. And then yeah, it should take off the gift card before you purchase, Celia. If you're having trouble there, feel free to email me and I can go through and do it for you, or like help you out manually after this. You can email me directly at louie@clubcrochet.com. So if you're really getting stuck, but the gift card should work for your pre-order. Are you using the gift card that you won during a giveaway? That is so cool. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. I love that. Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. Kits, yeah. So I'm working on different kinds of kits. And again, like I'm not like 100% sure which kits to add. I think I can like feasibly afford to do like maybe 2 or 3 new kits for this. We're definitely going to do a new deluxe kit, so look out for a deluxe kit. In fact, if you've been a fan of this channel for a while and you've gotten like a lot of these deluxe kits in the past, the deluxe kits are kind of like the seasons of what was used to design this book. So as you might recognize if you've been like subscribed for a while, the Woolly Woods is one of our seasons of our Club Crochet kits. So our Woolly Woods, it includes a bunch of characters that are well, actually, there's only a few characters from the Woolly Woods kit that are in the book, because, you know, I didn't use every character from my library for the book, but yeah, there's like a bunch of characters from the Woolly Woods in the book and stuff like that, or like it's more like those are the inspiration for a lot of characters there. How much exactly is it to pre-order? It should be $30 to pre-order, unless you have a membership, in which case it'll be $26, I think, $27, something like that. And then there's obviously shipping on top of that. But actually, I think if you want to, you can probably pre-order it from Amazon or something too, and you probably can get free shipping. I kind of need pre-orders to come in from all over the place too. So like if you're like, oh shoot, should I really do it from Amazon? I mean, go for it. Like, I don't really mind as long as pre-orders are coming in. I'm happy. Like, so, yeah. Like I personally benefit. Like Club Crochet benefits the most from you pre-ordering from the website. But you know, the more pre-orders we get, the better. Then you know, who knows? Maybe we'll hit like a bestseller or something when the book comes out if we pre-order it all over the place. Because I don't really know how that works if I'm like taking pre-orders from my own website. Like, do I have to report that to like the New York Times or something in order to get? I don't know how that works. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I think I'm on round 1, 2, and then decrease. I believe that's right. That. Okay, and then yeah, we're gonna have to power through making the body after this, because I have a friend is announcing their movie today. Very excited for her. It's like a short movie, I think. I'm not announcing it. It's going to be a screening of their new release. So I'm really excited to go. But I think it starts at like 6:30, so I need to make sure we have a Bigfoot Bobby before that. That's looking pretty good though. Right? That's a really good foot. This is perfect too, because this way I can I will ask my publisher Michelle about the like bestseller stuff, how that works. I'll definitely ask them. I'm glad I'm making this, because maybe this will be the one that we give away for getting enough pre-orders. I think that would be pretty cool. So after today's live stream too, I'll go into the I'll go check our pre-orders and see if there was any that I didn't get to during the live stream, and I'll add them to the little tracker for us too before our next stream. I bet you though, I bet you that our next live stream, this will be filled with buttons, and I'll be like, okay, so we're doing another one, and we're announcing the giveaway winner. I have a feeling that's what we're gonna do. I think I decreased when I should have. I zipped when I should have zopped. I gotta undo that one. There we go. Or else he would have had one leg smaller than the other. We don't want that. No, we don't want that. A hobbling Bigfoot. I'll have that swag walk like the original Bigfoot. Remember that? You know that video of the Bigfoot that's like peeking over its shoulder like that? And he's got like this cool walk to him. He walks like he's like... It's great. How do you calculate shipping costs? There's something on the website that will let you calculate it for you. Yeah. But honestly, I think it shouldn't be too bad for shipping costs. But if shipping costs are really bad for you, and you want to pre-order it somewhere else because it might be cheaper, that's totally cool too. I understand. Yeah. I think also you can do like local. If you're gonna pre-order it, by the way, and you're thinking about pre-ordering it like not from clubcrochet.com, but instead through like a different source like Barnes & Noble or something, consider going directly to your local bookstore and asking them for this book, because that probably would help out a lot. If you're like, hey, you know, I really want to get this book when it comes out. It comes out in September. Can I pre-order it through you guys? Because then they'll order the book, and they'll order more than one. So they'll order like 4 of them or 5 of them so that other people can buy the book when it comes out. So that's also a really good move. If you want to pre-order it in a different way, go to your local bookstore and straight up ask them to pre-order it in person, and they probably will. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw this little mini magnet in here. I kind of should have done this earlier, but that's okay. Gotta get it all the way to the bottom. There we go. And then, there we go. Now we got our 2 little magnets there. I don't know how much those magnets are really going to help us, but it's worth a shot. But yeah, that's probably a pretty good move for if you want to help, like, support the channel even more so. All right, I think I got 4 rounds now of single crochets for our feet, and then we'll be done with our legs and the arms. We can finally get rocking and rolling on the body. Another thing I'm really excited about all this release is I'm excited to expand on this world. Like, I think that's what I'm really stoked about, is that not only is like, okay, cool, first 50 characters are out, this, that, and the other thing, but also I get to start expanding on it and creating new characters. Because, like, I don't know if you've noticed it, but every time we're in a live stream, Kaylin, who's someone in the chat right now, is always like talking about, oh, this could be a good character, boss character. Like, I'm thinking that too. Like, we made, for example, we made a, where is he? Here. We made this character like a few weeks ago. This giant crab, king crab. I can't remember what we named him. Anybody remember what we named this crab? Can't remember. But I was like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect character for a card, like a boss character for the game. So I'm really excited to start doing that. You know, like start going like, oh, okay, cool. We've got like, let's add 10 new characters today. Let's add this, let's add that. And then the way that the game works too is, here, let me finish this, and then I want to talk about how the game works with the crochet, because that is something really cool. And I'm sure I'll talk about this a bunch more in our first game live stream, but I just think it's a really cool idea, and I'm really excited to make it work on the website. 1 second, really quick. Four rounds. Okay. Yeah, okay, last round here. Question from Celia. To get the discount on the website, is an account the same as a membership, or do you mean like a $5 membership one? Yeah, you want to get the $5 membership one. But what you can do is get a free trial for the membership with your like, so get a free trial, then buy the book, then cancel your free trial. You can totally do that. I no hard feelings if you want to do it that way. It's a great hack to get a discount on the book. But obviously, if you want to keep your membership, it's probably the best way to support this channel. So if you want to support outside of that, you can. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish this leg up. Come back to this brown in just a second. Pull this out. Shoop. All right, there's our foot. Here, we'll do another little video. We'll do another little scene real quick for these legs of me like shaking another one in. So we'll like this. We'll go, and then hold on. Okay. There. And now when I edit it together, it'll look like these two legs were both made at the same time. That'll be cool. That'll be fun. Okay. All right, I wanted to show you something about the cards. Where'd I put the cards, though? Oh, down here. Okay, so here when we look at Bigfoot Bobby's card, there's one thing on this card that is not, this is like not right, which is right here at the bottom. See that little code? You might recognize that icon. That's the untangle icon from the website, because every card that you get, there's going to be a little code. Right now it's just zeros because I don't have the codes yet. But when the game comes out, every card's going to have a code on it. You could put that code on the website and it'll untangle the digital version of the card on the website. So you can print out more cards if you want to. But also the other big part is every 5 patterns, every 5 cards that you untangle on the website, we're going to be giving you a credit on the website for that. So basically, if you get the cards, you can use them to get credits on the website and then untangle the patterns for the cards also. So it's kind of like a cool little like synergy where you can keep like entering in codes, getting new cards, and then using those cards to get new patterns and stuff like that. So it's kind of it's kind of a cool little system. And that'll be another little discount cheat a bit. So every time you get a card, you know, you're going to be able to untangle new patterns. And then the other thing about the cards is there's going to be multiple versions of each card. So I think there's going to be, my plan right now is to have 4 versions of all of the first 50 cards. I don't know, that might be a little much. I don't know if that's really going to happen. But we're talking about holographic versions, full art versions. So the idea I have is like, here's Bigfoot Bobby, regular card, and then when there's going to be like a full art version where he's going to be in a little outfit and a little different, and it's going to be all art. Like the entire page is going to be art, and then there's going to be holographic versions of those cards and other like special versions where they're wearing special outfits and stuff. They won't have any like stat differences or anything, so it's not going to change the game as much. It'll be more just like for just some like flair essentially. Yeah. If you've already used the free trial, yeah, you can't get a second free trial. I guess you can create another account if you want to. But yeah, once you do the free trial, you can't, I don't think you can do it again. All right, we're going to be making the body now. Body yaddy yaddy of our Bigfoot Bobby Yabby Yabby. That was stupid. Hey, by the way, thank you everybody for joining today's live stream. If you haven't yet, please give this live stream video a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell icon so you don't miss it when we come out with new videos, because we're going to be doing new live streams just like this pretty much. Well, we'll keep doing our live streams weekly, but these Goomy live streams are going to be taking over more and more as we get closer to its release. So if you want to follow along with those, all you need to do is like and subscribe down below. Also, please, if you have anybody in your life, even if you don't have anybody in your life that really likes to crochet, but you have someone in your life that really likes quirky, fun characters, or you know someone in your life that just likes weird lore, or you have someone in your life that likes cool card games, please share them this project. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. There's a few different ways you can do so. Probably the best way that would like impact my stuff the best would probably be just to share them thegoomies.com. The other good way is to share them our Instagram. So share our post on Instagram would be probably pretty helpful. You can just find us at club.crochet, or sorry, Club Crochet is our Instagram. Okay, so that is increasing. There we go. Nice. Yeah, this part of the pattern is actually going to be pretty quick, I think. I think we're going to be kind of flying after this. I love the way... So you can't see this because... Well, actually you can. If you have a membership to the website right now, or you've previously purchased the Bigfoot Bobby pattern, it's been updated on the website. Eventually I'm going to update the PDF too to match. Right now that's not the case. The PDF is the older pattern. But on the website, you can find the written instructions, and it's the upgraded written instructions that are accurate for the book. Now, Bigfoot is not actually too different from what he originally was, but there are some pretty significant differences. And the significant difference is how it's written, how the next few rounds here are written was really cleaned up and made it way easier to do. Essentially, I kind of like redesigned how I explain color changes to make it just a little bit easier to track your process and go through it. So this is one of those patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then increase right here. So basically what I did was I redesigned it so that it's a little bit easier to write down where your color changes are, and it's a little bit easier to like track your color changes as well. I just think it's kind of fun that we're going to be upgrading the patterns on the website throughout this process too. I just think that's kind of like, oh, that's cool. You know, get new pictures, get new descriptions, you start learning more. Eventually, I want to have, I want to put the map on the website as like an interactive map. So you can kind of like browse your way through Gumia and find your characters that you want to make that way. I think that'd be kind of fun. All right, before I continue much further, I'm going to go ahead and pull this through the top just to give our Gumi... Actually, wait, does Bigfoot Bobby have a tuft of hair on the top of his head? No, he doesn't really. Okay, never mind. We're going to leave that. We're going to leave that. We'll use that as a tuft of hair for the front of his face instead. Speaking of the front of his face, we need some beige yarn here. Okay. All right. Put that over the shoulder. 759. That's what we want to remember. All right. Did I miss any chat? I don't know if I did. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we do change them. We do check those in batches. But yeah, you can get credits on the website by just simply uploading pictures of your completed project. So there's actually a kind of now that things are starting to rock and roll, you know, and I'm making more ways to utilize your credits on the site. You're gonna kind of see that there's kind of a lot of ways to participate in the website and get free patterns in so many different ways by just like crocheting. So it's, as long as you're crocheting and posting pictures, you're getting credits so that you can untangle more patterns and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like a fun way so that you're consistently like getting rewarded for completing projects, which I think is just fun. I like gamifying stuff in general, but I really like the idea of like, you know, giving yourself a reason or giving yourself, you know, a reward for completing projects. I think it's just kind of fun. So yeah, like someone in the chat was saying, if you complete a project like Bigfoot Bobby here and you upload it as a picture in the community submissions, every 5 projects that you complete, you get a credit to use on the website for any other project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I was just supposed to do 5 there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Boom. Let's tighten that up a little bit. And we'll crochet around it too. Make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. All right. We'll come back to the beige in just a second. Let's keep on keeping on. And then I think this round is just 9. And then we'll start increasing in the next round. Okay. All right. There's that's going to be the top of the forehead right there. So if you're wondering, what are we making right now? Where are we at in the pattern? I just finished round 5, and I'm about to start working on round 6. So if you're curious. How often are the batches? I actually try to do it at least like once every few days. Cooper also helps out, and so does Jimmy. So every now and then we all check the website. I know every Tuesday we definitely do a batch. Like pretty much every single Tuesday we're like, okay, clean it out, because me and Jimmy have a meeting on Tuesdays where we talk about the website and like fix things up and stuff like that. So we always make that part of our meetings. But I'm hoping like my goal is to not have it be in batches at all. My goal is to have it be like once a day, you know? 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm actually going to cut the yarn here because I want to use this for the... You know what? Maybe I'll do... Yeah, we're going to cut the yarn here. Yeah, I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to cut a longer end that we're going to use as our forehead, or like our unibrow. So I'll throw that to the side too, because I almost forgot that we're going to need that yarn for unibrow. And then we'll get back to color changes. Ah, there we go. All right, how are we doing on time? 4:30. Oh, we're doing great. We're totally going to hit our timeline. How exciting. Love it. Love it when a plan comes together. All right, we'll come back to the page in a sec. Whoop. And I think we can kind of like just stuff all these little bits in there too while we're at it. Yeah, it slips my mind too. Me and Cooper are like the main people that are checking the submissions. Yeah, Watermelon. You did totally call it. But I will say, Watermelon, you might have called the book, but I don't think you called it all right, you know? Like, this is so weird. I can't imagine you had any idea that we were going to make, like, a world or a trading card game, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an increase. Perfect. That's looking pretty good. All right. Put that to the side and get back. Hey, someone named Reds just subscribed. That's pretty cool. Thanks for subscribing. If you're watching the live stream, I'm guessing you aren't. How many different characters are there patterns for in total on the website? Asks Nutty Giraffe. By the way, hi Nutty Giraffe. I thought you weren't going to make it today. Aren't you like really tired right now? Isn't it like really late for you? Thanks for being here. I think there's over 300. It's kind of hard to quantify because there's like little mini patterns too, and there's like some patterns that make multiple versions of patterns. So it's a little bit hard to quantify, but I think that we have just about 300 or over 300. Speaking of how many patterns, there's gonna be, you can hear my Italian coming out. I am Italian, by the way, I'm half Italian. There's a new pattern coming out next week. Actually, you know what? Let me finish this round and I'll show you what it's gonna be. You're gonna love it. So I actually need to record it. Maybe tonight. And actually, Cooper, I could probably use your help getting it on the website. So I'll hit you up about that after this. Sorry I've been so elusive, by the way, Coop. It's obviously been a very difficult, or not difficult, but busy week for me. But there's a project that I found that we made so long ago that I realized, oh my gosh, I never made this pattern on the site. So I wanted to update the site with this pattern. We're going to be adding our nose here, by the way. I like this part. I think this part's fun to look at. So 1, 2, 3, and then is it a big bobble? Yeah. Bulky bobble. Okay, 4, one more. There's our nose. Pretty good. And that's all the red we need. Boop, that's it. Just a little bit of red. We're also going to cut the brown yarn here. Come back to it right now. Pretty sure it's supposed to be 3 beige after that. Yep. Yeah, I love the new way that the color changes are written in the book because it's so much easier to follow. Honestly, sometimes I look back at my old patterns, and actually I did that a lot during this writing process. Looking back at them and being like, how did I miss that typo? How did no one catch this big gigantic typo on the website? Or how did no one, like, how did no one comment about how difficult this pattern is to read? Because it's so difficult. And so I had to, like, rewrite. And it made me actually go back and look at a lot of my old patterns. A lot of them that aren't even in the book. That I just wanted to give a little bit of a some love to. Alright, there's our face coming together. Pretty good. Alright. I think that was round 7. I'm on round 8 now. 8, 7, 9 is what we're looking at. 1 second. Whew. Alright. Back to questions here. Questions. Oh, Nutty Giraffe. Yes, you absolutely can. Thank you for letting me know. Nutty Giraffe pre-ordered it already. If you've already pre-ordered the book, but I haven't added a little mini button for you, then if you're in this live stream, I'm going to add little buttons. You get this cool little bronze button. This button, honestly, so I bought a bunch of these golden and bronze buttons. The bronze ones are so cool to me. I really like the bronze ones specifically. Hey, Holly, thank you for emailing me. I'm going to throw this into here for you, Nutty Giraffe. Just a little bit closer. Yeah, thank you for emailing me, Holly. Holly just emailed me about becoming a playtester for the book, or for the game. So if you are also interested in trying to test out my new game, please email me. You can find me at louis@clubcrochet.com and just say, hey, I'm interested in helping you test this game out. I'm looking for testers right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 8? And then I said it and then I forgot it. 8, 7, 9. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, I see. I see what I've been doing. You know, sometimes even though I've crocheted probably like 10 of these at least, I still forget my patterns every now and then, which is why it's important to get a book. Oh, the book is also, the binding of the book I'm really happy with. It's I'm excited to see it in person, but they're called, I think it's called like Flex Seal binding or something. Essentially, it's binded in a way that lets you keep the book open easier. So it's better for people, for like instructional books like ours. So that way you can like keep the book like opened and flat. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right, and that's going to be the end of using our beige yarn. Okay, let me show you. Oh wait, let me finish this round. I think I just have 9 stitches to get to the end of the round. And then I want to show you what I'm working on for this week's new pattern. And I'm hoping to get it as soon as possible on the site. But expect it on the 4th of May. Why? Why on the 4th of May? Well, maybe you can guess in the chat. Some people might have been here for the live stream where we made this. But expect next week for a new video tutorial. And when it comes out, please like it, subscribe, watch the video all the way through because that really helps. Actually, highly recommend it. If you want to, just leave the video open in a side tab on mute. I don't care, but it helps the site out a bunch. When the video first comes out, if someone watches all the way through, it's so helpful. So if you want to help support this channel in a weird way, that's a great way to do it. Anyhow, here's the pattern that I'm trying to finish up and get on the site before May 4th. The child. The child! And look, he comes out of his little chair and everything. Isn't that... Look how stinking cute he is! So stinking cute. So expect him on the channel and on the website as soon as I possibly can. We made him on a live stream once. He's actually a pretty quick, easy pattern, too. I mean, as you can tell, he's a very tiny pattern. Bruh, the punch card points come naturally. They should come automatically. I'm not really sure, but if you want to ask questions about how the system works, feel free to email me, louis@clubcrochet.com, and we can kind of look into it and see and make sure that you're getting the credits that you're deserved. 7 and then an increase 3 times. Got it. There we go. All right. Yeah, and then we're gonna add the face. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm missing some chat. The chat's not updating for me. There we go. Yeah, I try to put in as much of the little things like that as I could to make this book as like friendly as possible for crocheters. Uh-oh, Celia, please email me. If you're having some extra trouble there, please email me, louis@clubcrochet.com. I'll do my best to help you out. Increase right here. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Apparently something wonky is going on the website. Let me hit up my web developer really quick. Hold on. Okay. Jimmy's watching the pre-orders come in right now. So that means he's currently active and he's going to check into the problem right away. So I'll let you know if he lets me know what's going on, if he fixes everything. It'll probably be only a second. I'm sure it's just like something weird and wonky is going on. But feel free to email me, Celia, if you have, if you can, and I'll do my best to try to fix that too. And increase right here. Okay. Now we want to add our face. So, put this to the side. And let's get hooking on the face. Start with our safety eyes. I'm going to be using 6mm eyes for this. And there we go. Okay, I think it's one stitch away right there. Let me look at my... No, that looks weird, right? That can't be the right spot. Hold on. Oh, it goes into the center of the stitches. That's right. I forgot. Okay, so we want to go like this. Like that. Make some space. I'm actually using my crochet hook here to do this. Make even more space. That. That's perfect. Oh my gosh, that's such a good spot. Okay, now we're gonna do right here. Do the same thing. Woo! Music just got crazy. Get a second eye right there. That's pretty good. Lock that into place. Ah. Okay, there's our eyes. Now let's add, I always like to add little eyelids to the bottom of our eyes on this character. Just kind of gives it more of like a natural look to him. Pull it. So watch. So here's that eye. Now watch this. Watch how much this like adds to our face. Doesn't that look nicer? It just looks like kinder. I think. It's like he's happy. You know, he's got that like those lower cheeks. And it kind of makes him, gives him like a little bit of a squint. It's the subtle things like this, I think, that really give life to your crochet. Is adding little additions. So let's go ahead and do it to this one as well. And then we also got to add a unibrow. Okay. 1, 2. All right, and then the next thing we want to do is add our unibrow and our tuft of hair in the center. You can't do anything about your membership either. Huh, interesting. Okay, one sec. Okay, they're checking right now. They're looking into it. When you say you can't do anything about my membership either, do you mean you can't cancel it or can't create it or something like that? All right, this part's going to go like this. And we're going to go all the way over to the other side. And then I'm going to come out through the top. Actually, no, we're going to double knot and pull those ends through the top. That's what we do. So you do want to double knot these, but you want to be careful about the double knotting here. Because if you do it too tight, it pulls the face in a weird way. Come on. Why is this fighting me so much? There we go. Yeah. Okay. And we're just going to pull these through the center part right here. And that way this will give it his little like tuft of hair in the very center of his face. Another just like little addition that kind of adds some character to it. Yeah, you crashed the website, yeah. That's great. I hope you did crash the website. I'm going to add one more. I'm going to add this very center tuft of, or this very center yarn too to the hair. Give him a really, really thick do. That. Okay. Pretty good. I'm going to cut these different lengths. And then I'm also going to split the yarn a little bit. Which is going to make it just a little bit more fuzzy, kind of. And there we go. You know what? I think that this little fur's maybe a little long. Give him a little bit of a haircut. Nice. That's pretty good. I love it. All right. back to crocheting. Where was I? Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? All right. Okay, got 3 rounds of single crochets, and then we can start decreasing it down. Perfect. Yeah, I am also, I have a friend who I've been chatting with who wants to help add more lore for all of these characters. So what our idea is every time you scan or you add a card to your digital binder from Battle Goomis, you're going to get like a little bit more lore of the character to kind of like encourage you to keep, you know, getting the cards and like exploring the world more. Which I think is actually like a really fun idea. So every time you untangle one of the cards, you know, it'll give you lore. It'll give you, it'll also give you like strategy. So it'll be like, oh, this character, like Bigfoot Bobby, is great when combined with, I'm trying to think of another good character, Amanita, who's another character in the game that's also a healer. Because then you have like a double healer thing, and you'll never. No one on your team will ever die. So, like, there's strategy in the game. There's, like, synergies is what they're called. So, like, if you have certain characters, they're really good with other characters. So, I'm excited because I'm, like, just finding out these synergies, too, as I'm playing the game and testing the game out. Every time I test it, I find more synergies of, like, oh my gosh, this character with this character is so strong. And it's fun to learn about because it kind of feels like, you know, strategy. Like it's just kind of cool. But you know me, I'm a little strategy head. I love adding strategy to games and figuring things out. And I'm trying to break it right now. That's really my goal. And that's kind of what I'm asking all my testers to do. Try to break the game. What do you think it cost sending club yarn to Denmark? You know what? I have a feeling, actually, Nutty Giraffe, that it'll probably be a lot cheaper closer to when the book comes out. Because my plan is... Oh, my gosh. Wow. Oh, my God. My back just cracked so much. My plan is to get a fulfillment center in the UK to help me, like, ship out all these, you know, whatever people order before September. So, yeah, that's my intention, to make it a little bit easier for, and cheaper. But if I'm sending it directly from the United States to send yarn, it's expensive. It's like significantly expensive. But when the game comes out, or when the book comes out and the game comes out, we're going to be shipping our stuff like all over the world anyhow. So my plan is to just like send a bunch of stuff to the UK to fulfill orders and to make it a little bit more cost effective for both myself and anybody that placed an order. And it'll be there earlier too, you know, like if I send it like the earlier if I can send it like that, then the shipping will be just much quicker because it'll be shipping directly from the UK. 7-2. Okay, got it. We're actually already kind of coming down to the end of our pattern, which is wild. We still got some sewing together to do, but it shouldn't take too long. 7, and then a decrease. And I'm really excited. So this is just the first character. We're going to be doing live streams like this for... My goal is to do all the characters for the book between now and next... Honestly, probably this time next year, because there's so many characters that it's going to take a long time for us to get through them all. So if you are a fan of this and you think this is really cool, but you want to crochet along with me next time to another pattern, well, just like and subscribe down below. Hit the little bell icon and I'll let you know when I go live. We're going to be live again on next Friday, no doubt. So join us next Friday for a new live stream. It won't be Goomies themed. We're going to do a live... I think I'll probably do a... I don't know, maybe a Star Wars themed live stream or something like that. But join next week for a live stream. And then the week after that is going to be our first Battle Goomis live stream. That's going to be on May 12th. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be live on our Club Crochet YouTube channel or the Louie's Loops channel. It might be on the Louie's Loops channel. If you want to make sure that you don't miss it, I suggest a few things. One, subscribe to the Louie's Loops channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss it when we come out with that any videos there. And then two, I would join the email list for the Goomies. You can do that by going to thegoomies.com. There's an email list thing right at the very top of the page for Battle Goomis, and I'm going to be sending live stream updates for the Goomies to that email list too. All right, so there is our body. Now we're going to add our arms. And yeah, we're going to add our arms now. I think if I just fold this in half will be enough, right? Maybe not. Yeah, I think we might need a few extra pipe cleaners here. That's all right. Like this. I'm going to start winding this up. Move this guy out of the way. So our goal here is to make an arm that I can kind of bend into different positions. And looks like that should be long enough. Cool. We're going to do that with 2 of these pipe cleaners. And then we're just going to put this into the body and lock it into place. And then we're going to add the arms around these pipe cleaners so that way you can pose our Bigfoot Bobby into different positions. And we're going to do the same thing with the legs as well. Okay. But we're on our last bits here. Now, where do I add the arms? Well, let's look at the book to tell us where to put them. Aha. Okay. Let's twist together. Got it. And then, you know what? I'm going to also grab my finished one here. It's going to be in there. Okay. So like right, I think it's like going to be right here. Hold on, let's pull the arm up. I think they're basically going to be like right there. Yeah. Oh, is the top? Oh, I see. Oh, I see what I wrote down. Okay, got it. Cool. So it's going to be right here and like right there. So put it into the arm and then just push it in the arm. And now we can sew the arm around this so that it'll be poseable. But before I do that, I'm going to lock it into place on the inside like this. And then I'm just going to cut these 2 ends. Which I really shouldn't be doing with these scissors, but I did it anyhow. And then I always fold it out like that. And now we can add this arm right over it like that. Perfect. And we could stuff the arm a little bit too, but I don't really know if we necessarily need it to be stuffed. Let's go ahead and thread this onto our needle and sew it onto our body. And then we'll do the other arm. The legs come at the end, so we'll do that at the end after sewing it closed. Yeah, I don't think I'm even going to stuff the arms up. I think they're fine. All right. You liking him, Isaiah? I'm glad. Bruh, you totally missed it. Bruh just said that he just got back. What happened? Dude, it was crazy, man. It was wild. A real Bigfoot broke into this house. They pushed us to the ground and said, "You can't crochet a likeness of me without my permission." I said, "Well, can I have your permission then?" He said, "No, I'm not going to give you my permission." I said, "Come on, dude, please." And he said, "Well, all right, because you said please, I'm cool with it." And all the chat, we all cheered. It was crazy. People cried. The Bigfoot cried himself, and he said, "Hey, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to jump in like that and be so mean. I just had a bad day." And we were all like, "It's okay, dude. Here, have some beef jerky." We gave him some beef jerky. He got a little less hangry. And then, that was it. So, yeah, you kind of missed a big deal, actually. You kind of missed a lot. Maybe you shouldn't sneak out like that. You're going to miss big situations like Bigfoot popping into the room. So, that's on you, though. That's on you for leaving and coming back. Alright, let's tight this tighter. And then we got one of our arms is sewn on. And it looks like it's a little bit forward. Maybe a little more than I normally like it to be, but that's okay. That way he can be waving still. Or scratching his head. We'll keep it upright like that for now. Yeah, he's literally right there. Yeah, he's just lingering right off camera, like Celia said. He's just watching us. He's mad-eyeing me right now, but probably because we're talking about him. He probably wanted to be a secret, but if you're just gonna sneak, you're just gonna sit there. I'm gonna talk about you. But he's a cool guy. You're cool. You can stay. All right, next arm. My psychosis slowly steps in. Second arm, this one. This one, I'm gonna do this one just maybe a little bit further out. Maybe right here and here. Is that too far out? Far out? No, I don't think so. It's gonna end right there, which is pretty much in line. I guess if we want it forward, it'd be right there. Let me look on this one. Yeah, we'll do it one more forward. We'll do it like, we're going to do it here and here instead. Oops, there we go. All right. Oh, yeah, duh, bruh. You're totally right. Well, he has his arms so much forward because he likes to hug people. Of course you're right. I'm going to be smart about this one and use my pliers now to cut these. How did I not think about that? The hugging thing, I mean, not the pliers. I actually thought about the pliers, but I was feeling lazy. We'll come back to this in a second. Thank you, Nancy. All right, now let's get this other arm sewn on. We only got like 20 minutes left to finish this project up, which I think is pretty doable. We just have a little bit more crocheting and then the sewing together, but the crocheting should happen in only a few minutes, and then the sewing will take up the majority of our rest of our time. Just to sew on the legs, I mean. But we're almost done. All right. count our stitches here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to work with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Okay. Nice. It's funny, sometimes I say things like that, like nice, perfect, and I feel like I'm like hitting a combo in a DDR game or something. Good. Yes. There we go. Boom. Nice. Thanks, Lizzie. Okay. There's that. So I know I'm like kind of off camera there, but it looks pretty good. Okay, next up is the to keep crocheting. So this arm's gonna go like this, and we'll probably like pin it in. I usually don't like to sew it in, but that way he's got kind of a wave to him. Yeah. Okay, let's keep crocheting though. We'll keep his arms up for right now. And we only got a few more rounds to go here on the body. Did I see the Mario Galaxy movie? Heck yeah, I saw the Mario Galaxy movie. It was freaking awesome. I loved it. Loved it. It was great. I'm a big fan of the last movie too. I know some people were like pretty critical of it, but honestly, I thought it was really good. I liked the I really liked all the Easter eggs. Oh my gosh, truly, probably the most Easter eggs I've ever seen in a movie was in the Mario Galaxy movie. It was like crazy. Every frame was another Easter egg. There was like, it was wild. But you put Birdo in a movie, you know I'm gonna love that. I love Birdo. Birdo's a solid, one of my favorites. And then obviously Yoshi being in there, super cool. I loved it. I don't even mind Chris Pratt's Mario voice anymore. I think it's actually not that bad. Originally, I was kind of like, really? You're going to put... Why are you using Chris Pratt for the voice? But then after, like... I was like, you know what? He's not that bad. I mean, he had to be not bad, right? Like, he like, if he messed that up, it would have been bad. So I'm glad that he didn't mess it up. Alright, I'm going to stuff our Bigfoot up with some extra threads first. I always like to start with the extra threads. Like this. Easier to, you know, waste not, want not kind of thing. Don't use too much stuffing if you just use extra threads. Bits, bops, and threads. All right. A little bit more. Let's see if we got any update from Jimmy about the website real quick. No update yet. Oh, Jimmy's there in the chat. Hey, speak of, for anyone having pre-order, are you seeing an error message? That's what Jimmy wants to know. Anybody out there that is having a difficulty pre-ordering right now, are you seeing any error message on the website? Asks Jimmy. We are trying to fix it now if there was a mistake. But it looks like the membership issue is all fixed up. So anybody that was having an issue with that part's fixed. Now we're looking for the pattern or the pre-order stuff. Make sure that's all working right. Thanks for joining, Jimmy. Appreciate you. All right, last few stitches here, and then we just need to stuff, sew closed, and call it a day. And we'll have our Bigfoot Bobby ready for our giveaway. Okay, let's cut it. Pull through. Nice. And then we want some regular stuffing. I always like to finish the stuffing using regular stuffing. You know, I start with that I start with those extra threads, and then we move to our regular stuffing. Usually I have a pencil, but I don't know where it is. I don't know where my stuffing pencil is. Hold on, my neck is like falling apart, man. I slept so weird last night. I was cuddling with Jimbo, and I was like, ugh. So I woke up. I woke up with the biggest crank in the neck. All right. This is the only stuffing stick I have. It's not my favorite one to use, though. I'm really hoping I can find my pencil. That's what I really like to use. But I don't know where it is. Huh. I don't know where I put it. I usually have a stuffing stick or something, too. Oh, well. That's okay. This still works. There we go. Get all this in there. Let's see if I can use the back of this instead. Oh, that's a little bit easier. Nice. All right, he still needs more. How's Jimbo feeling? He's okay. He's starting to so he's been on steroids for the past few weeks, and that was making him feel a lot better, but as of yesterday he's starting to wean off of steroids, so we're kind of just keeping an eye on him. Yeah, he's got a gastrointestinal problem. We don't really know what exactly it is. But we're trying to figure it out. So thank you for asking. I'll keep you updated. What happened? We don't know. He just he stopped eating. He stopped going to the bathroom, and he wasn't feeling good. And then we had to take him to the emergency room a few times because he was shaking and just not doing great. And we didn't know what was wrong, but he's been feeling a lot better since he's been on those steroids. I think basically what was wrong was he was like clogged up. But he's feeling a lot better now. For now. But I'm just worried because the steroids are stopping that, like, you know, we don't know. All right, looks like whatever Jimmy did for the membership stuff totally worked. So we're good to go there. All right. I think we can add just a little tiny bit more stuffing, because see the front here, when I push it in, it kind of gets like that indent. That's a no-go. We don't want that. We want his belly to be full. So we want to make sure that we got that stuffing in there, like that. So now, yeah, that's pretty good. All right, cool. All stuffed up. Like Jimbo's nose. Do we need any more? I think it's good. All right, we're going to sew this closed, add a belly button. Actually, we'll add the belly button last. We're going to sew this closed and then add his legs, and then we'll add the belly button. 1, 2. And one more right there. 6. Boom. Into the bottom, out the back. then skadoop. There we go. All right, let's add the feet now. We're going to need another pipe cleaner. Oh, wait, didn't I have 3? Oh, I did have 3. Okay. Actually, maybe I can just do... You know what? I'm going to try something funny. I've never done this before. Use 2 different color pipe cleaners here. I'm going to try something weird. I'm going to wind these together. Like this. Instead of doing 2 different pipe cleaners for each leg, we're going to do one really long double pipe cleaner. And then we're going to go through 2 stitches, and we'll go through those stitches, cut the pipe cleaner short enough to fit the legs, and that way the pipe cleaner can kind of be attached to both legs simultaneously. Yes, that's the discount of having the membership. You know, you get a bigger discount for a bigger membership. So designer members, I think, have a bigger discount right now. And a lot of people that signed up for the membership before we changed membership options have a designer membership at that cheaper cost. So that's probably what it is. But yes, you do get a bigger discount for having a designer membership. Ooh. Oh man, Amber's got quite a day tomorrow. A big competition, and then you're getting your first pair of glasses. Congratulations. I love glasses personally. I'm a fan. I think that's more than long enough. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure out where we want these legs. I want one here. Okay, so coming in through there. So right like that. And then we want one there. Which looks like right here is where we want to come out with that pipe cleaner. So I'm going to kind of like use that to make some space. So this is right here to right here. Is that right? Yeah, right here to right there. So this is what we want to do with the pipe cleaner. We want to follow that line. Take this pipe cleaner. A bit more so it's sharp. And we're just going to follow this through there like that. Oh no, we got trapped. Oh, it got bent. Hold on. Follow it in. Maybe we should use our hook for this instead. Out through there, out through there. No, one less hook. Right there. Yeah. Alright, let's try it this way instead. This way I can kind of like hook the yarn, hopefully. Or not the yarn, the pipe cleaner. Dang, I'm having a hard time getting that in there. Maybe this wasn't a great move. Open it a little bit. And then close it over. Yeah, okay. Let's try that. 1 and 2. Hook onto this part. Ugh, it totally didn't work. Well, you know, sometimes we make plans and they don't work out. We gotta hurry up though. We're almost out of time. We're almost done though, so it's alright. We can get there. Let's try this again. We're gonna try to follow the pipe cleaner, or follow the stick again. Here we go, come on. Oh. No. come on. I can feel the end of it. Get through that. Why are you fighting me so much? Hook it on the end of that. Hook it on the end. There we go. Jeez Louise, that was such a battle. Probably wasn't even worth it. Whatever. Okay, so we want to make sure these are as long as the legs are. Which looks like a little long. Maybe like that long. Nice. And then we're going to cut these close. Oh, you have to make your grandpa Bigfoot Bobby. You have to. There we go. All right, and then we'll, I think I'm actually going to stuff these legs up a little bit so that there's a little bit of stuffing in the foot. Because they're a little loose at the bottom. And we want this to have some sturdiness to it, you know? Throw that stuffing right into the base of the foot, at least. Maybe a little bit of stuffing up the side of it, too. Like that. Nice. Okay, and then this one, same thing. Okay. Is that enough? Nah, we need a little more. Okay. All right, guys, last little bits here. Let's sew these legs on. Come on. Make sure that leg gets as far in there as we can. See, these are maybe too long. We might need to end up cutting these shorter as well. Nice. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's get this leg sewn on. Just want to, the main thing here is I want to make sure that the legs are pointing forwards. That's the real goal. So that looks pretty good. There, out like that. Into here. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. Oop. 2. Boom. Oops. Like that. Hey, last chance to pre-order it during the live stream, so go ahead and, if you want to get another pre-order in, go for it now, and we'll add a button to our giveaway tracker for you. We're pretty close to unlocking a giveaway. And I'm going to go through after this stream and make sure that I didn't miss any pre-orders so that we can keep those buttons added in. There we go. There's one leg. Just like the one-legged Bigfoot. Sings a song, sounds like he's singing. Ooh. 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 All right, instead of cutting this pipe cleaner shorter, I'm just gonna fold it. And let's get this last leg on. Oh, we missed 2? Hold on. I think... Oh, I totally missed Cooper's button. Yes, absolutely. And I didn't... I don't know if I missed Kaylin's, but I'll add another one in just in case. Better safe than sorry. Okay. So 1 second before we finish that up. This is for Cooper. Super Cooper. We're going to do Cooper a super solid and give him a gigantic button. Okay, so for Cooper, we're going big. Big button. You get a big yellow button for saying thanks. Cooper, thank you so much for all your help throughout the time in general. Thank you for the support. Super appreciate you, Coop. I'm going to put it right there. And then this one right here. Look at this cool button. This is for you, Kaylin. Look at that cool button. Look at how pretty that is. More for you, Kaylin. And I'll tell you what. This is for your son for his birthday. Thank you for the support. Look at that. We are getting really close to not being able to close that and unlocking that giveaway. Already. That's kind of crazy. Alright, we want to make sure this is sewn on in the right direction. So like that. I actually think I need to redo where this beginning one is. So that's sewn in the correct way. Let's try it again. I'm going to try right here. Come out through there. Like that. Okay, like that. Okay. All right, just a few more stitches here. You know what? You get that extra big button, Cooper, because you've been so, like, insanely supportive through all the years. Thank you so much. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I actually started this one out with a big button for Zoe, too. Because when I was getting it ready, I was like, well, like, Zoe and Cooper deserve big ones. There we go. All right, last stitch right here. The legs are looking a little wibbly wobbly, but hopefully we can get them to stand up, right? Yeah, there you go. Oh, and we need to add the belly button. Hold on. I can't forget that. It is a staple for Bigfoot Bobby. He gets a belly button. 1 and 2. All right. And then for the belly button, come in through the side here, and we'll go with there, we'll go into there and out of here, and then into here, back out of where we came in. Shooby-doo whoop doo ah. Wait. There. One. And double knot it. Boom. I can't believe we finished that Bigfoot so quick. All right. Put that in there. Hey, let's make sure you can stand. Stay. Hey, he stands up. All right, very cool. And we can do this. We can make his arms, we'll make his one arm go like this in his natural Bigfoot pose. I always like to pin it down, so let me grab a little pin. If I have one. Actually, I don't think I have any pins right now, which is kind of crazy. That's all right. Oh, he actually kind of keep it there. That's pretty great. The wire is strong enough. Hey, there we go. Our first character of the new book is made. There's our Bigfoot Bobby. Oh, I love that. Yes, absolutely, Kaylin. We definitely are going to do booster packs for new characters and stuff like that. Do I have a set idea on how many Goomy characters there will be, or will there be an ongoing creation thing? Great question, Kaylin. Thank you for asking that right at the end. So for the first set, there's going to be 50 characters for the first 50 characters in the book, and then I'll probably be releasing a new 50 characters every so often. And then in addition to that, yeah, I think we'll do booster packs and stuff like that. It's not going to be, I'm going to try to make it so it's not like a chase thing, so you don't have to buy a bunch of booster packs unless you want to get specialty versions. So the booster packs and stuff will be like if you want to get holographics, and then you'll be able to buy like full decks of characters, something like that. I don't know exactly right now. In fact, that's probably one of the things that I'm looking for testers for. So again, if you'd like to help test out this game, please feel free to reach out. You can find a link for that on thegoomies.com or email me directly at louis@clubcrochet.com. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream crochet along. We're going to be doing ones like this all the time. You can check the schedule out at thegoomies.com again. And our next one is planned for Battle Goomis. That'll be on April or May 12th is our planned next live stream for the Goomies specifically. But our next live stream will be next Friday. So if you want to join in, we'll be live on Friday. I think that's going to be the 8th. We'll start at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have any questions, I'll go ahead and like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you don't miss it when we come out with new videos like this one. And please, please consider pre-ordering the book. You can learn more at thegoomies.com. Thank you guys so much again for joining. I'm so excited to finally be able to share that with you. Hope you enjoyed it. Pasta la pizza. Happy hooking. And I'll see you soon. Oh, wait. 1 second. Is there a deadline to get the cards along with the pre-order? No, there is not a deadline. Anybody who gets the book, pre-order or not, will get the cards. So don't you worry about that. As long as you get the book, you'll get a printable version of the cards. Then there will also be availabilities to purchase the cards and stuff like that as well. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. Anybody else have any questions at the very end here? Kristen, you'll miss next week. Well, thank you so much for joining. Maybe I'll see you the week after, or we're gonna be doing those other live streams for different kinds of on different dates too, so for people that can't make it on certain times. So yeah. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching again. Pasta la pizza, happy hooking, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. Wait, let's keep Bigfoot standing right there. Bye. No, you hang up first. Stop. You're making me blursh. Okay, guys. Bye.